Now that is what I'm talking about. I love it. Anytime a manufacturer takes a pre-existing concept, like a front living room fifth wheel. You've seen them 100 times, right? And then Jayco takes it and they twist it and flip it upside down, inside out, and land it on its head. And this front living rear bath and a half, the FLURB, as I call it, the 382 FLRB, this might be my new favorite front living room. And that's a really big, bold statement because we carry several different ones here, but I love it when it's not just the same thing done all over again. They twist it around the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, every single thing in this feels like nothing I've seen before. Even though on paper you're like, okay, yeah, it's a front living room. There's nothing else I've really seen like it. Seen today in the modern farmhouse just helps make it look and feel even bigger and brighter, despite the fact it's got all those windows. But it's not just the way that they position the furniture differently. It's the different concepts, like the forward back television system. You've got the cool Blackstone outside entertainment camp kitchen station that front living rooms just typically don't have. Great outside storage, great inside storage, just great all around. And that's before we even start talking about all the Jayco doing Jayco things, like their 2+3 year absolutely unmatched warranty for full-time RVing, the Goodyear Endurance tires, their roof load rating, their hot cold camping package. This is this is next level, baby. Yes. And I got a really good problem. I don't know where to begin because I love this front living room, but the bathroom is my favorite I've ever seen in a fifth wheel. I don't really know where I want to start. So when in doubt, we're gonna alphabet this sucker out. FL, then RB, right? Front living, then rear bath. By the way, you think the alphabet's in that order because of that song? I think there's a conspiracy, ladies and gentlemen. We're looking at the modern farmhouse decor today, but they do offer something if you're not into all the distressed whites and grays. They offer an alternative as well. But this living room, we got to get into it. Because it's like upside down, inside out, and backwards from almost any other front living room that like you've seen. And what I love about it is by facing backwards within the RV, the kitchen and the living room people aren't quite so separated. But what's nice is with that big pantry wall, and especially with that little accent beam up top, there is a clear definition of kitchen versus living space. And then when we pop that power lift double forward back HD TV setup in place, suddenly everybody has good entertainment in this thing. And that is something front living rooms very often do not do. They neglect the campsite chef. They're the ones that keep our bellies full. We got to take care of them, folks. You know what I mean? Down below, we got that electric space heating Tootsie toaster. A little bit of storage around here. But something else that's nice about this, like almost any front living room, you've got the dual hide-a-beds. But what they did here, if we notice, they used dual extra large hide-a-beds on this thing. They kiss right in the middle, and this thing forms one giant monster bunk, basically. It's huge. Now up here on the throne, I mean, look at this thing. This looks like the king and the queen's throne up here. You know, it's elevated just a little bit because it actually has to be above the pin box. But a couple little cool things. This is power recline, heat and massage, keep your backside warm. And I tell you, I've kind of become a snob on that stuff. I finally broke down, got a car with like heated seats and things like that. Oh gosh, once you've had it, it's so hard to go back. Anyway, or ventilated seats also. Cracking this open here, and you can see how they put storage all over the place. But notice how the theater seat has become a love seat by moving that center armrest in there. You know, little details like that can often make a big, big difference. Because now if you want to sit next to each other, you want to squeeze a grandbaby between you, you're a little thick in the hips maybe, you know? Or like me, I've been putting on weight pretty steadily for a while here. By the way, power outlets right behind that. There's USB plugs built right into the seat itself. Although, you've also got some USB plugs back here behind you. I think that's a good place for a phone cord. And you're not going to have to really worry too much about like losing stuff back here because there is a decent shelf. And you can see how on the way here today, a bird blessed this North Point with its little signature mark. There is obviously a pole shade right there. In the world of, ships and sailing, it is often said that when a seagull blesses you in the way that a bird has blessed this North Point, it's considered good luck. I'm calling shenanigans on that. I personally believe that is something that the veterans told the greenhorns on the ships to make them feel not so stupid when a bird craps on their head. But, you know, that's just me. Oh, speaking of heads, you are not going to have to worry about clocking your head in these things because they have such a tall vaulted ceiling, and even the sidewalls are so tall that if I stand all the way over here, I'm not clocking my head on anything. This is, by the way, all hardwood fascia, hardwood cabinet doors, solid wood frame styles that are all pocket screwed. There's a reason this carries a warranty for full-time RVing, guys. And while we are talking about ceiling stuff, notice you don't see the square, so you won't hear the air. This is a dual whisper ducted, dual 15,000 BTU Coleman quiet air conditioning system. So 30,000 BTUs of double quiet, basically, power. You're going to be camping where it's screaming hot. The bright white skin, the radiant package on this, the good insulation, the air conditioning. You're going to stay comfortable. Now, I mean, a lot of kitchen stuff to cover. And the one trick with front living rooms like this is you got to kind of twist your way around them to get everything. And one of the things I thought when I first looked at this is I went, wow, it's beautiful. But, dude, there's no pantry. That's a huge fail, right? But it's like my wife says, it's so cute when you think.
But you're wrong.
Because yeah, I mean, this has got great pantry space. Look at this. If I get around the island here, it goes all the way down to the floor even. Now, around the other side of the island, you might have seen like a little black box. That's your converter panel kind of hidden away down there, your fuse box, if you will. And that little stand right there, that's an underrated feature. Sometimes a little bit of nothing is actually a big time good thing. Gives me a spot to like set down the phone, keys, whatever, you know. Convection microwave up here, and notice how like all the doors open right up for you. And I love the symmetry of this kitchen. How it's, you know, the same top to bottom, inside and out. You see that big 4-burner stove there from Insignia with an extra large oven. I mean, very household feeling. And once again, if you're going to do that full-time RVing, this is a brand that can take care of you. And by the way, those drawers really open up. I just wanted you to be able to get to see, you know, all the other stuff that was under there. But I don't want you to miss what's going on over here with the island. So first of all, up top, that little guy right there, that's the Jayco drinking water system. This RV has its own completely separate, basically miniature fresh water supply, like a 5-gallon kind of Culligan jug, and its own separate 12-volt pump. So if you're camping in a place that has kind of questionable water, you can make sure that you have fresh water without having to lug along a ton of extra water bottles, you know? But take a look at the rest of this thing. So first of all, the drawer up there in the island is segmented for utensils. That's super handy. And a dedicated wastebasket space below it. And I love the little slide out kind of tray you have right there. So you don't have to get on your hands and knees to get to the storage. It comes to you. Now you see that nice little cutting board sink cover. A lot of North Points come with this huge extra large countertop extension that looks, you know, like a butcher's block cutting board. This is one of the few that actually does not, just because there's not enough room to put it. Now, taking a look over here at this dining table, you've got big windows surrounding it, but down below, again, completely carpetless, nice for cleanups, nice for dining, and it's a perfect little 2-person dinette. But take a look at this. First of all, that lid flips up, and you know, there's a pair of little fold-away guest chairs. And then when you're ready, you know, you could extend the table and put those chairs out. So if you're just, you know, camping for 2, if you're camping for 4, whatever the case may be, it works. Now, a little detail thing here, and this is the stuff that'll separate North Point from a lot of brands. This crown molding up here is actually like one piece. There's not a bunch of seams where you're going to get little gaps and you don't see a million little staple lines. They are doing these little touch, polish, and refinement things on these that I really like. Like you see the accent lighting above the slides, above the ceiling light fixture up here, giving it that very high-class kind of feel. Rain censoring, XL Max Air vent fan, and you see that sliding door hardware. And like I said, I love the bathroom back there. It's absolutely phenomenal. I think it's my favorite bathroom I've ever seen in a fifth wheel. I'm not like a germaphobe. I'm not weird like that or anything, but I don't like people in my bedroom. That's like a personal thing with me. I really like my private space. So I don't want people walking through my bedroom to get to my bathroom. And that is exactly where this thing right here comes in play. Because whether it's going to be for traveling access, which hang with us for a minute, by the way, I will show you this with the slides all closed up and what you can get to. And it's actually got good travel access for the core things you need. But if I'm just going to hop in and out, if I have guests over or something like that, or I know some couples actually really prefer to have their own bathroom spaces because this is, again, a very private space. You can take care of this. Now, what I really thought about here, look how deep that countertop is. If you've got people chilling out on those hide-a-beds, they can actually have toothbrush, toothpaste, all that stuff in here. But speaking of stuff by the door, this is maybe just my favorite feature. As dumb as it sounds, just a little place to hang a coat, a jacket, a whatever. I've recently found out that some of our Southern and California friends are not familiar with the difference between a coat and a jacket. I'll get to that in just a moment. But first, the BM Pro system. A lot of RVs, and especially luxury fifth wheels, have like a standard smart system. This is my personal favorite. Not because it can do the leveling, not because it can do the lights, and it can do the climate controls and 100 things, but because I don't have to be a digital tech wizard. If I just want to operate the lights, the slides, the awnings, jacks, I can do all of that stuff right from here. I don't have to beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, like the old press your luck, big money, stop kind of thing. So, the burning question everyone wants to know, what is the difference between a coat and a jacket? Well, when it's just a little chilly outside, a little breezy, you're going to get a lightweight jacket. They're cute, they're light, they're fashionable. When it's cold, you want to get a coat. Now it's starting to get serious, but I tell you what, you talk to your northern friends, if you hear them say you're going to want to get your big coat, ooh, buckle up, folks, because that means it is cold. Big coat season is coming, brother. Don't worry, bathroom. We'll get to you in just a minute. Man, that looks good. First, though, on the way through, our kind of walk-through middle bedroom, what I want to point out is how much floor space is wide open in here, and that is because Jayco has used a much deeper slide out here than you commonly see in a lot of fifth wheels. Look at the size of the window beside those pillows right there. It's extra large because that's like a full super slide depth slide right there. That's as deep as the dinette slide. It's very big. Normally, this would have a 60 by 80 True Queen bed. I think you're going to find most of them outfitted like we've done here with a 70 by 80 King. And remember, if you're a light sleeper, North Point, Pinnacle, Eagle, all your Jayco fifth wheels are a really good fit with that dual whisper ducted air system. Now, I want to give you a look at all the storage here in the bedroom, starting under the bed right there. It is easy lift. You see it's full storage space. Inside of that, you might have noticed the folding chairs in place, as well as like the central vacuum components. Plus, I mean, all of the huge amount of storage and cabinet space directly across from you. This has some pretty decent wardrobe space in that regard. Now, if I slide back a little bit, TV is facing toward us. I love that little bench below the TV, by the way, giving me a little place where I could, put a pair of pants on. Sometimes it's nice to sit down and put on a pair of pants, lace up a pair of shoes. Depends on what I've had for dinner the night before, how hard it is to bend over easily. But you might look at this and go, I don't know, dude. That's, for a full-time RV, that's not quite enough hanging storage space for me. Wait till we get to the bathroom. There's plenty more to come. And finally, the moment I think I've been waiting for. I don't know about you, but the moment I walked into this one, like I had kind of seen this front living room arrangement before in the North Point front living sort of elevated rear toy hauler job that they had made previously. I turned around, I looked left, I went, whoa, tell me about this. I love this. So like North Point, Pinnacle, they do some very good front bathrooms with dual lavatories, dual sinks, if we're, lavatories, the fancy pants word for it. But it always feels like you're shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, bumping into one another. Now, there's actually room for two people to be able to navigate this thing. And what I thought about is like a pair of, say, travel nurses, people doing work camping, people who may need to get ready at the same time. This is one of the best bathrooms, maybe the best I think I've ever seen for something like that. And it's symmetrical, but it's a corner symmetry. It's different. You each have your own backlit morning mirror. I love that double breeze window back there. Just, I don't know, something about this and that bar. This whole thing is just doing something different for me. It also has, again, some pretty nice storage going on in here. I love all those drawers in the middle. Easy reach outlets on both sides next to the sink space there. But again, backlit morning mirror so that you're not, getting stabbed in the eye with bright light like, Gizmo from Gremlins. Let me get that closed for us. Up top here, we have another one of those extra large vent fans providing some seriously superior airflow. And do you remember how much headroom I had in the living area? You'll have the exact same headroom back here in the shower and bathroom space. Speaking of the shower, like all North Points and Pinnacles, they have that very nice, easy step-in shower with a 300-pound rated folding teak seat. And I tell you what I like about that. The seats that are kind of molded into a fiberglass enclosure, I'm a klutz. I have a bad habit of backing into those and almost falling down in the shower, which is not a good place to be falling, obviously. Well, that can fold up out of the way and get out of the way if I need it, or if I need to sit down and bathe. Maybe someone needs to shave their legs, or you got a hitch in your giddy up. You know, it's easier for you to sit and bathe. You can do that. Like I said, good headroom in here. And you see that height adjustable shower hardware. That's something that my wife and I would enjoy because, you know, we're almost a foot different in height. So the shower head can never be right for both of us. But then just the little touches, giving us a place to actually keep shampoo, body wash, something like that over here. That's a very welcome feature because I've seen some manufacturers actually build like a walk-in shower before with absolutely no shelving. I'm like, what are you going to do? Leave your shampoo on the floor? That doesn't make sense to me. Not to mention this big thing over here. This is what I was saying right here. You have more closet space in here if need be. Now, if that's not quite tall enough for you, that shelf right there can actually fold up, and there's some magnets to hold it up out of the way. Not to mention extra dresser space below. But you know what else this could be? This is prepped and ready for either combo or stackable washer dryers. So if you put a combo in there, you could still maintain extra closet space, or you could go full on stackable. You would have to sacrifice a little storage space to do it. But, you know, you don't have to go to a public laundromat, which gives a lot of people some weird heebie-jeebies. So tell me, guys, what do you think about this one? I mean, we haven't even stepped outside yet. This is one of my favorite fifth wheels, I think, ever. It just keeps growing on me. And it's going to sound really funny. This thing, despite the fact that you don't move around a lot in it when the slide is closed, it has some of the best traveling access on a big front living fifth wheel like this I think I've ever seen. And here's what I mean. Like, normally, the entry door is in front of a kitchen slide in a front living room. This one is behind it. And what that does, a key differentiating factor here, is it gives you access to things like your bedroom in transit. Now, obviously, that bed comes right up to that cabinet, and you are kind of crawling through. But the fact is, if you needed to get back to your master bath, if you needed to just get into bed, you could crawl in there. The other cool thing here, because that's a rear master bath, and maybe you don't want to crawl over the bed, you don't have to, because this half bath is always going to be travel accessible. This isn't just the guest bath. This is always here for you, even if you stop. And then the way that they set their kitchen up, and with that rear entry door, it means that you actually have really good access to things like the fridge and the freezer in transit. This door over here can open partially, not a lot, I get that. But the fact is, because you've got that big like double door thing, you can get in and out of this pretty easily. That is definitely enough for a quick travel stopper sandwich. So despite the fact that you can only walk in and take like 3 steps, the bed, a toilet, and the fridge, your 3 most important travel accessible functions, they're all available right here. And actually, it's kind of nice that you don't have to go traipsing through the RV doing a sideways travel trailer 2-step, you know? And just because this is so different, I actually wanted to start back here at the rear corner of like the campsite entertainment station. First of all, look at the awnings, plural, 2 big awnings. There's a lot of times when a manufacturer puts an awning over a kitchen slide like that, you lose almost all your awning space. Instead, what they did is they protected that slide and the entry door while still giving you a completely separate, dedicated patio party space over here. And I think that is most definitely the best way to describe this. You see these 2 little cargo bays, but what they did over here, you just don't usually see big non-bunkhouse luxury fifth wheels doing. Giving us, frankly, not even just a little campsite convenience center. This is a full-on outside kitchen. And what's nice about this, the whole thing is low enough that, like, a lot of times outside kitchen sinks, they're up so high it feels like you're washing your face with them. That's not the case here. Everything is down low where it makes more sense. A real sink with a real drain, handy outlets up there, and over here, like, all the little galvanized rolled steel counter space, and a little bonus drawer right there. You need a little spot to keep your spatulas or something like that, you have it. And of course, right now,
Jayco is the exclusive user of true Blackstone cooking systems in the RV industry. And you might be noticing this is the larger 22-inch griddle. And I don't know if you've used these. These, like you hear everyone, if you're like, are these really that good? Yes. Yes, they are. And especially that larger 22-inch one giving you way, way more space. Now you might be looking at this and going, holy crap, Batman, there's a lot of things hanging out over thin air. Well, obviously, you're not going to sit on that countertop extension. You don't even have to open it. But it is on like one of these super duper heavy duty cargo kind of rollout drawer systems. It ain't gonna be wobbling on you as you're cooking on it. Like I said, you're just not gonna be using it as like an Olympic diving board to go wee into the kiddie pool. That being said, kiddie pool does sound fun right now. Of course, magnet latches, or magnet catches, slam latches. And this is one of 3, actually, pass-through storage bays on this. So first of all, this basement space right here is already larger than most fifth wheels are going to provide. Our speakers are down low under the awning where you can keep the volume down but still hear it clearly without blowing the neighbors away. We've got our best-in-class Goodyear Endurance radials down here, and these are the Goodyear Beast tires. These are so big, unless your RV was built for them, you can't put them on your RV. And they're stable steps. They did a very neat thing here. I want to mention this to you right away so somebody doesn't accidentally break their RV. Okay, so it's really nice. This is that zero gravity system where you don't have to do the heavy lifting. But because of the location of this slide, that door cannot open up all the way out of the way. They actually put a gas strut at the top to catch it to make sure it doesn't do that. So you might be going, yeah, well, how do you open it? How do you close it? Well, they custom engineered a little slider right there. It's just enough you can get it past the door, then you can slide it back in place. And I wanted to let somebody know that so they didn't like accidentally just pull their steps down or flip their steps up. Maybe that little pro tip in the back of your mind before you go out on your first trip and accidentally gouge up your new North Point. Just a little handy little thing from your Uncle Josh. I want you to keep this thing on your campsite. I don't want you to have to take it through the repair shop for especially something silly and self-inflicted like that. You see the blue sticker there. Nobody is matching Jayco's warranty. There's a lot of good warranties out there. There's a lot of good companies out there. But they are giving you double the coverage plus a 3-year structural allowance and allowances for full-time RVing. There is nobody with a better warranty in this class right now. And tell me that does not look tremendous. Looking in your rearview mirror, seeing that behind you, woo, that's good looking. Except, again, of course, for the spot where the bird blessed it on its way through here. These have an exceptionally good ride and handling package so that, you know, it's a big RV. You need to be comfortable getting there. They do some things with their pin box and their suspension to make that happen. And I'll tell you what I like, the largest front storage area in this class. It is, you can gen prep these, you can put a generator in it, there's room for like 6 batteries in there, you got that extra overhead shelf, and enough room for me that if I say something stupid to my wife, I got a place I could sleep tonight. Or I could sleep in one of the 3 outside bays. Normally I get you in the front storage compartment from the other direction, again, skipping around a little bit of muddy, cruddy stuff. Now when you look at this, this is not the largest front storage you'll find in really even in other North Points. But remember, you have the 2 other outside storage bays. This RV actually has more outside storage than virtually any other North Point. Double-sided radiant barrier all the way through the upper deck, above the pin box, up the nose, across the roof, through the underbelly. Even the pass-through compartment we're looking at here is forced air heated. That's awesome. It's yet another thermal brake layer, basically. All of the lighting in here is motion activated, or you can just turn it on or off. Side mount solar prep, and we will get up on the roof to see the roof solar prep. The underbelly, of course, enclosed, insulated, heated. North Points are, and always have been, what people call 4 seasons. What I call 0 to 100 degree rated or better. Another good look at those tires. Actually, a better look from this direction. And just... massive outside storage pods on this one. Now, we looked at this one from the other direction, by the way. But I wanted you to see that, yes, it is a big... you know what would be cool? You know how diesel pushers have those belly-mounted slided MORryde trays? You could probably install one of those in here. That would be cool. That would be very cool, actually. Now, this compartment down here right now is just nothing, because this RV is not built with the SantaCon system. That is an available option, but it's always prepped. So let's say we have a North Point in stock without SantaCon and you want it. We can put it in. That's no big deal. And here is storage compartment number 3. Notice how they all have the exact same hardware treatments. Good, look at that shiny high gloss glass there. And because the camp kitchen's on the other side, this one actually passes through to the back. And I kind of looked at this and I said, that's going to be a good place to keep like all my outside picnicky kind of stuff right there. We are rear view camera prepped. We are side camera prepped. And we are going to climb up that ladder. And I feel like Moana up here. I can see all the way to Motunui. Give you a look at the double air conditioners. You can see the roof solar prep plug, and Jayco does offer a factory solar package. We can get you some details on that if you're interested. Little ears in case you want to add some roof vent covers over your power vent fans that we have here in the kitchen, and another one back in the bathroom. And overall, just a nicely executed roof. And Jayco uses what they call their XL6 Magnum Truss roof system. Basically, thicker roof trusses. It's vaulted inside and outside. And they also use plywood decking. A few other odds and ends come together to give them the heaviest roof load rating in their class. But then again, that's a normal thing with Jayco. Jayco always has the heaviest roof load ratings in their class, and I think that's one of the things that really helps contribute to their long-term, the longevity of the brand over time. So that's my take on her, folks. I'm in love. I see these things all day, every day, and when I see something that's new and different like this, it just speaks to me in a way that most things simply don't. But what do you guys think? Do you like the twisted around living room? Do you like the bath and a half concept? If you're not interested in the bath and a half, remember we've got things like the Montana Butler pantry here with the front living where you don't have the half bath next to the kitchen. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea necessarily, but give me some feedback and let me know what you think about this thing, because I think it's a winner. Interesting notes. It is actually the most expensive North Point. It's the biggest, most expensive. It's their second best seller overall, behind only the 377 mid-bunk, which is like the definitive mid-bunk bonus room office thing in the industry. North Point they're the best they've ever been right now. But that's my 2 cents. Leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. And remember, we don't do hidden dealer fees at Haylett RV. And if you appreciate all the information, hit that little subscribe button and follow along. Appreciate it very much, guys. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.